Welcome back, everybody.
Howdy.
Another episode of Joe's Super Hyper Podcast. I am here, your host, co-host, Mr. Man, Super Blastex. And today, surprisingly, we have...
Hi, my name is Toku Tony. Howdy.
Welcome.
Hi, it's great being here. I've been listening to the podcast for a long time. Very nice.
Longer than I have.
Yes, actually.
Yeah. I don't listen to these.
No, yeah. I listen to everyone. And I check back on the feedback every time.
Thank you.
Thank you, by the way.
Huh?
Thank you, by the way.
For what? For not listening?
Yes.
Cool. I'll keep doing it.
Please.
So today's episode is a day later than last week.
Yeah.
Because last week we went insane. And popped it out on Monday.
Yeah.
Which is... that was our fastest turnaround ever. This time we have a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to do this again, to have it on Monday again, but we do have a reason for why we have it coming up on Tuesday instead.
Very good reason.
I'm just gonna say it, I pooped my pants. No,
Yes.
I'm kidding. That's not it. We
Could have been.
Nope, not it. We went to a concert finally.
Hey.
But before we get into that, because that just happened yesterday,
Right.
let's cover what happened in our week this past week. And as always, Mr. Toku Tony, how was your week?
I start the week off.
And remember, so last time we did one of these catcher weeks, it was like what, 3-4 days?
Yeah, it was about 3 or 4 days in the span between
the two episodes. This time we have about 7 or 8 days.
Yeah.
So a little bit more happened. Hopefully, maybe not. Yeah. How was your week?
Very, very good, actually. My friends came into town. My friend Devin from the military came into town.
I want to see if I can. I'm sorry, I'm listening, but I want to see if I could get this Ornament C sound.
Go for
opening.
It. Go for it.
I think it got it.
Crisp. God,
I think it got it. Maybe I should be on one of those commercials.
That's how you do it.
Okay, sorry. Your friend Devin came in.
Yeah, my friend Devin from the military, Air Force, came in from the Carolinas. North? I think north.
The good one. I'm kidding.
Oh.
Hey, it's a joke.
Oh, no, I can't even say that. Yeah, he came down from Houston because he's transferring bases.
Came from Houston. Wow.
Oh, he came from North Carolina.
Ah.
I think North Carolina. From North Carolina down to Houston because he's transferring bases. He's going to Washington now. Not our nation's capital.
State.
The gross place. Huh?
We're just dissing states today.
Texas is the best.
Well, nope.
California's a close second. Anyways, he came in. Another friend of mine, Jaylon, is going to come in this weekend for his sister's graduation.
Nice.
So that's awesome. But the time window between us hanging out is like going to be like 3 days. So we only have those 3 days.
Oh, all of you? So Jaylon's still here?
Yeah, no. So Devin's still here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, Devin's here.
Jaylon's coming. Devin's still here.
Yeah, Devin's still here. Jaylon's coming next week. But Derek, who just graduated.
College.
Yeah, came down for the weekend just to hang out with us, also to celebrate. It was his birthday, so we sang him happy birthday and all that.
Nice.
We had a great time. The day Devin was here was Saturday. I unfortunately was on call that entire week, so I couldn't hang out with Devin that previous week because he came in last Sunday. I think I talked about this on the last podcast.
Yeah.
Like that day he was coming in.
But you're making up for it, right?
Yes.
You're not on call anymore.
Right. Not on call no more. So this whole week, totally free. But last week I had to get my brother Omar to cover for me on call for that Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, me, Devin, and another friend of ours, Bessie, went to Soho Chicken in Bel Air Boulevard. Really nice Korean fried chicken. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I gotta try that.
I go there like every other week. It's so nice. And the people there are nice, and it's just a nice atmosphere. They have a non-alcoholic mojito that I actually get every time. So good.
Sweet mimosa pina colada.
That's the one. That's actually the one. That song was playing last time.
I wouldn't. Okay, so you went to this Korean place.
Yes.
And you said a Twice song was playing.
Yes.
But since you don't care about Twice, I didn't ask you
right.
what song.
Which one? And it was that one.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm almost positive. Because I heard pina colada and mimosa something colada, mojito with lime.
Yep.
There you go. Okay, cool. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
After that, we went to Katie to go to Kinokuniya. I had to catch up on Chainsaw Man, which is always available right there for super cheap, like $8 for each volume, chapter 14 or volume 14. But I also saw something neat there while I was there, a Sentai encyclopedia that I got for Super Blastex.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
A big boy, big old book.
2 years ago, maybe 3. It has Zenkaiger, like a Zenkaiger ad on it.
Nice. Zenkaiger ad.
But it's the one that has Aka Ranger on the cover. And I think on the back it has Doggy Kruger.
Yes. And on the spine it has yellow.
No, I think it's Time Pink.
Emergency. But anyways, it's a really huge book and it's super nice. I saw it on display in the kids section with all the like the cardboard books and all that. But it was like on the lowest shelf of this display stand with Aka Ranger's face facing out. There was only 3, so I managed to nab one of them. But man, I picked it up and it was heavy.
Yeah, the spine has Time Pink.
Nice. I thought, man, this is a really good book. I think I might get it for Super Blastex.
I'm very appreciative. I like it a lot. I don't speak this language.
No,
I don't read this language.
By the way, it's all in Japanese. Kinokuniya. I don't know how to say the name. It's a Japanese bookstore. If you didn't know.
And I opened up to Kyohger.
Oh, nice. It's not an order, is it?
I don't know, but these are nice pictures.
Yeah. So I actually looked in it before I bought it, and the first thing I saw was the real soldier, the keys that are the arms, like the art for that. Yeah. That is so cool, so good. Pieces like that, like little memorabilia, and like behind the scenes stuff for Sentai is always stuff I want to pick up if I see anything like that.
You see the different combinations for the mech.
Yeah.
I just happened to get the Kyohger page, and now I'm in here, so keep talking.
Yeah, it's a really investing book. Who's that on the back? Jetso Man?
No. I'm letting him look. He's gonna guess.
Okay. So that's a shark, an eagle, and a tiger?
Do you want my help?
Hold on. No.
I have one thing. Oh, sorry. So Aka Ranger is on the sleeve, on the cover of this book, but Deca Master is actually on the cover of the actual book.
Yeah, really cool cover.
Do you want the help with this?
I
just have one thing. It'll help you out.
Okay.
It's not a shark. It's a dolphin.
Oh.
And the book goes from Kyohger to Ryu Soldier, so I guess this is in order of motif.
Oh.
So it's like the Zenkaiger, the way they have them on the Zenkai Zenryu Eagle gun.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's the symbiosis.
I'm not very familiar with the pre-Heisei Sentai.
Live Man.
Live Man?
It's Live Man. Yeah.
Wow. I was gonna say Change.
No, Change Man. Wild in the designs. Kind of.
Is Change Man the one with the dragon?
Yes, Red Dragon.
God, okay. I was thinking about the wrong one.
Nipu. Ooh, Lupin Ranger.
I have to brush up on my history. I have to brush up on my history of the Sentai.
Oh, look at the Cubs.
Zenkai. Anyways, after we left Kinokunoya, Kunya, whatever. We met up with Derek, who came down. It was pretty late at night. We caught up with him since we don't see him very often. He's very busy. Shout out to Derek, because while we were catching up, we went to IHOP. While we were catching up, he wanted to ask me about the podcast because he actually listens to it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he checks it out. He asked about like how we do it and like what goes on and everything and how we get a fan base. He suggested for us to post some of the clips on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which I think, since I have the files, I could cut it up and I could do that, which is a very good suggestion.
We got to put them on TikTok as well.
Yeah. Super good times with my old friends.
Inheritance.
From high school.
This is a nice book, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, you lose.
Well,
you got this for yourself, buddy.
I wish there was a Kamen Rider book like that. Kamen Rider is like always plays second fiddle.
No.
In America, yes.
You think this came out in America?
No. Well, I mean, it didn't come out. What I'm trying to say is,
they have these books for Kamen Rider.
Right, but it wasn't in Kinokuniya.
Details of Heroes.
I gotta find it.
Oh, okay.
I gotta find it.
But I mean, I got all those. Whoa. I picked them, but you shipped them. All those King-Ohger photo books.
Yeah.
You can get those from Mandarake for Kamen Rider.
Man, I gotta go back to Mandarake. I really need to update my manga
Evolution
collection.
Look at Dragon Caesar. All right, I gotta close this book.
You're getting lost in the sauce there, buddy.
Okay.
You're getting captivated. Is that the mech for Go Ranger? No. The mech for.
You got it.
For
You got it.
Hold on. Go-Onger. Got it. I'm the greatest one ever. Got it.
Okay.
Shout out to Jaylon. He subscribes to the channel.
Yeah, I got that notification.
Super Blastics asked me the other day, does Jaylon watch our stuff? Because he subscribed out of nowhere after I spread the information to my friends. But that's really cool of him. I hope he listens to this and all that.
Hey, I don't think I've ever met your friends formally.
No, I don't think so either.
Y'all should have been subscribed. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh wow.
I'm saying that out loud.
Say it with your chest.
On the podcast. And you know what?
What?
If y'all heard me say that, leave a comment.
Yeah, there you go.
If my brother Tony's friends heard me say what I just said,
yes,
leave a comment on the podcast, please.
I mean, I treat them, Derek, Devin, and Jaylon. They're like my brothers. I've known Jaylon for 15 years. No. Jaylon has known me for 10 years, Derek for 15 years, and Devin for 5 years. Oh, but you know what? It's probably a lot more now, since I used that time thing back after we graduated high school.
You have a time thing? What do you mean?
Yeah. No, yeah. I have a thing on my wrist that goes back in time.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I use a thing in my head to
time machine.
There you go. I use a thing in my head to remember how long I've known people. That's the one I know, because Jaylon is a reference for that. He's the center point. Regardless, I had a good time this weekend. After that whole Sunday, I was up by 10. I got home by 3.
Oh, Saturday, right?
Yeah, it was Saturday. I got home at 3 a.m. Not because I was hanging out with my friends, but because after I'd left hanging out with my friends, I was still on call. Omar was covering for me. I got home at like 1, and a call happened immediately after that.
Nice.
So I had to go out to Richmond. So from where we are, all the way to Richmond, that's a long drive.
Yeah.
That's a stupid long drive. At 3 a.m, or at 1 a.m. during a storm. By the way, it's been storming in Houston all week. And it's ramping up, too. There's a flash flood warning right now. I actually got before we started recording. So that was fun. Next morning, we woke up. It was Mother's Day. We had to wake up at 10 a.m. again. So imagine how much sleep I got for our Mother's Day stuff. And proceeding that was the concert. But that's the end of my story. How was your week?
We did have a Mother's Day thing earlier this week, Mexican Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So we got her stuff on the 10th. But then we still did like a brunch thing at my sister's house on Sunday morning.
Right.
That was a lot of fun. We did that, and then we went to Home Goods.
Home Good Marshalls.
Home Goods Marshalls.
It's like a combined store. It's crazy.
Which they love.
It's a white woman's fantasy.
Well, my mom's not white, but she loves it.
The mother fantasy.
Her and my sister. So we went there and they got some stuff, and after that, we went to the concert. But before that, we what did I do?
Your pants.
I got back into. No, I did not. I got back into the groove of work because I hadn't been working that much. So I had to get back into like my morning schedule and everything.
You sound a lot better, by the way.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, I can feel it coming back a little bit, but
oh no,
I'm fighting it. Yeah, I'm fighting it.
It's all in your mind, dude.
It's all in my mind.
We're gonna talk about that in a minute.
It's all in my mind.
And
on Wednesday, we watched Superhero Senki.
We sure did.
So we actually watched the 2 episodes before it. The tie-in episode for Saber and the tie-in episode for King-Ohger. And then we watched Superhero Senki. The plan was to watch that and then give it like a little mini review type thing for it. Like we would like a normal podcast, but it would be like a bonus thing. It just got too late, and the week was already like moving along, so we didn't record anything, but we did watch it. I'm thinking about rewatching it again, maybe with David this time.
That would be awesome. Yes.
And then we record our thoughts on it. It was an okay movie. It was
it was good.
Weird. I forgot that they used it a lot at the end to promote their new writer, like a lot
more than a normal movie.
Like, hey, we're gonna find out more about this guy soon. Like they literally said something like that.
It's usually like a 2-minute fight scene. This was carried on for like almost 10 minutes, right?
Well, it was spread out, but so they came, they did their fight, and then they left, and then they brought it up again because it was about books or whatever, and they brought it up 2 times after, I think, where Saber Boy was talking to King-Ohger Man, and they're like, "Hey, who's this guy? I don't know. I didn't write this, whatever." And then a couple of scenes later, the library gets a Revice book too.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna hear about this story soon." Like, it was a lot of right at the end, just very much about Revice. Maybe they were signaling just Saber was done.
Saber was done. We need a new writer now. Be excited, people. Saber's over.
Saber did have that cool scene with the CG backgrounds, but we'll talk about that when we get into
get into
Superhero Senki.
They needed that so Toei could approve of them using the Void for future Toei projects.
Yeah, but that didn't even come into play until 2 years later.
I know it's a lot of money.
Because the Void is
new technology.
Is in King-Ohger.
Yeah,
it's not the Void, but it's like the Void.
It's like the Void, but it's super nice technology.
Yeah.
Man, I forgot a lot of the bad about Saber while we were watching the tie-in movie. I got
tie-in movie Senki.
Man, I got my head spun by that. I couldn't believe that this was really the show that I was watching.
Yeah.
It was like in a haze of memory that I thought Saber was really good. I guess I just have to rewatch it to like get a full opinion on it again because man, not a fan right now, unfortunately.
If you're listening to this and you know what we're talking about with Kamen Rider Saber, I know it's not fair to like boil down entire shows or movies or anything to one thing,
right? Especially the bonus episode.
But Saber, the biggest lasting impression that show had on me was the scene where the main character is running up the Rainbow Bridge.
That was the point.
That's Saber to me. That one scene is Saber. And again, it's unfair for the whole show to be just boiled down to one moment, but that is Saber. And again, it's not fair because it was, COVID, they were still recovering and everything.
For me.
But that's Saber.
Like how you said it's not fair to boil it down to one moment. For me, I think about that moment not as like this show is super bad, but as like a funny moment. Like it's so bad that it's funny and that it's cool and we can all appreciate what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's bad, so let's meme on it. And that's like the camaraderie of it.
But it's not, I get what you're saying, but it was a very deeply like emotional moment. It was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was a serious moment.
It's supposed to be hard hitting. And
like that whole episode leading up to it, you're supposed to be in like tears, be like super emotional, and then that moment of him going up the stairs of light is supposed to be like this big moment, like exclamation point. But then you see him running up the stairways, and it's like, oh no. I think you said that out loud. You started laughing or something.
When we were watching it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or did you put your head in your hands?
I don't know.
It was one of those. I was in awe. Definitely in awe.
I don't remember. Well, because maybe I did watch it live, but I don't remember. It was tough.
So, contrasting to the mixed reviews I'd say that we have about Saber, contrasting with that, we have Zenkaiger, my favorite Sentai ever. I think it's my favorite. I think it's number one.
Yeah.
And God, that's the best show ever.
This is partly why I like to save movies to watch them later, even if they're like part of the continuity and everything. I like to save watching movies later because you can go back and revisit something new to you, at least.
Yeah.
For a show that you liked. For example, the Don Bros movie did happen in continuity with the show, but we still haven't watched it yet.
Right. We haven't, which is crazy because you have it.
Yeah.
But we just haven't watched it.
No.
It's always good to have those, those, I was gonna say those bullets in the revolver, but that's not a bad.
That's weird.
It's not a good. How you say thing? Just like how, for example, we love Exade, both of us.
Oh my God!
But we have not seen
so much.
Most of the side episodes and the special movies, or any of the movies after that, like the Genom Corp versus Zaya, or the movies, the book of Bang, or the book of Brave, or all of their side stories and all that.
Ew,
special
you're saying
movies.
book of. You're wrong. You're still stuck on Saber. Of course, it wasn't book of.
Oh, I'm thinking of
Saber.
No, I'm thinking of side stories from Naruto. They're called book of or Gaiden. Okay. They're called Gaiden, which is like the side story of blank.
I think it was Guy Lee.
That's a dude.
Okay.
That's a dude. That's a man. It's a guy. Got him.
What were we saying?
Something about Zenkaiger being the best.
Oh,
watching those two episodes.
So yeah, it was fun getting to rewatch an episode of Zenkaiger because, like I said, we saw those episodes before the movie.
Yeah.
And it was fun to see that again. But it was also fun seeing them in the movie because we also got cameos from other past characters.
Yeah.
In the movie, which was a lot of fun. But again, we're gonna get into that more later. hopefully we'll be able to get an episode together.
Just a little spoiler alert.
Talking about that, yeah.
Just a little spoiler alert. I got a little bit emotional at the end there with Ishinomori. Oh, who, by the way, is played by the current Kamen Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Kamen Rider Zine,
mm-hmm.
who is in Geats, was one of the characters. I won't say who. That was weird to see.
Huh? We won't say who.
Who Zine played?
You just said it though.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, he plays Ishinomori.
What the hell? You said
Yeah.
Ishinomori. Speaking of who was played by Zine.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Yeah.
Who I'm not gonna say who he played. What the hell?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay.
Do something about it.
I can't. I can't. That's your brain. All right. So now we can get into what we did yesterday.
Oh boy.
Well, no, real quick.
Yeah.
Just a shout out. I did some community posts on it, but I did finally make the last Don Brothers mini plus set featuring Don Doragoku
and Don Torabolt
Robotaros and the Omoshiri Phoenix. They're sitting on my in my dresser right now.
Right in front of me. I just
They
touched
look
it.
pretty sick. I wanted to go ahead and get those made so that I can move on to make King-Ohger, which I mentioned. I got him like 2 weeks ago. I still haven't made him. But yeah, I'm gonna make King-Ohger soon. That's gonna be fun. So I'm probably gonna make a post about that.
Yeah.
Okay, but now we can go ahead and talk about what we did yesterday.
Besides the Mother's Day stuff.
Yeah. So the Killers had planned a tour back for 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And then the world happened.
Oh, man.
The world stopped for, that thing. So all dates and everything were canceled and moved. So then, when everything was opening up again, the Killers resumed their tour, and they were going to come to us here in Houston in September of last year. And then they got sick.
Yeah.
Or no. I think what happened was there was a problem with getting their equipment here or something. Some reason they couldn't make it here in September. And that was a bummer because that's when my birthday is.
Yeah.
And this was going to be a birthday gift to me from the family. But yeah, they had to move it from September, and they moved it to March of this year. So a couple months ago,
yeah,
well, the Killers were going to do their rescheduled event. And then the day of that March concert,
yep,
it got postponed again. Less than 24-hour notice, it got postponed. We were driving to our friend David's house to pick him up to go to the concert when my brother checked his phone and saw on Instagram, I think, that the tour, the show was delayed again.
Yep. And
it got delayed to yesterday, May 14th. So I'm going to be honest, at that point, it felt like an obligation to go.
Do you think so?
Because we just kept getting dragged along. My brother Omar even said, like, he would have been fine if they just canceled it outright and refunded the money.
Yeah.
Because it was just so much, just like, you gonna go? And now we got the tickets. We didn't get the tickets to go when they had the plans for 2020. We got the tickets for September. So we dealt with 2 reschedulings. Yeah. So it by the time it was yesterday, I was kind of dreading it, honestly.
A little bit.
Just because, again, it felt like an obligation, something we had to do because we paid for it, and I didn't pay for it. But it was, we had something we feel we had to do.
Which sucks, but
the tour is called Employing the Mirage Tour. It's their latest album. I'm gonna be honest as well. I have not heard a new album of theirs, I guess, in about 10 years.
Wow.
I stopped listening during Battleborn. That was the last album of theirs I heard, and I love it. There's no real reason I stopped listening to the Killers. I still love them a lot. They're still probably my favorite band, like rock band.
Yeah.
I just stopped listening to them for who knows why. I need to get back into it. But their first albums are Moi, Chef's Kiss. I think Wonderful Wonderful was the one I stopped listening to. That's fine. And I had seen these guys before. I saw them when Sam Sound came out, which is their second album.
Nice.
I had a chance to go see them live, and that was amazing. It was a lot of fun. So it was great to see them again. Now, what was cool about this show yesterday is we actually, like I said, we got the tickets early enough for last September that we actually got floor seats.
Yeah.
So we were standing room only. So we were down in the pit.
We're down in there.
In the floor, watching the Killers break it down.
With our hurt feet.
And that means we were standing for about 4 hours straight. That's fine. I'm fine after.
Yeah, I didn't really have that much of a bad day.
Well, you drive, so I mean you do get off and everything, but
yeah. I drive. Today I was on my feet a little bit, but I didn't really feel it. Since I drive, I don't got to use my legs that much. But even still, then yeah, no, we were all there standing up, jumping, having a good time. I was in Vans the entire time. Bad decision, super bad decision.
Yeah.
But the next day I didn't. My feet didn't hurt. My feet still don't hurt. I don't know why.
I was in Converse.
I'm just young, I guess.
What'd you think of the show?
It was so good. I haven't been to many live performances, considering that my adulthood life, the beginning of it happened during the virus and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't really gotten a chance to go to much concerts, but this one blew me away. So nice with the effects, the lights, the sound was really good.
I mean, you've been to anime conventions where they had live concerts and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that was my last concert. The Anime Matsuri 2021 maybe? I forget the year. The live rave that they had. There was a concert at the end, and then there was a rave that went on till like 2 for 3 days in a row. That was fun. I went to all of those nights. So good. But this concert really blew that out of the water. This was such a good concert. Brendan Flowers was really apologetic during the performances about him being late. And he made like a fun little thing about it, which I really appreciate. That's really nice of him.
Well, so the opening act was the Lemon Twigs.
Yes.
They were all right. They felt like they encapsulated all the bands around the Killers when the Killers debuted. They kind of got stuck with that sound. They reminded me of the Strokes, of the Kings of Leon, of like kind of like the Hives too, or the Fratellis. But they were cool. They were fine. I didn't really feel the need to like look them up or anything.
No. I did look them up though. Mm-hmm. You said you said it encapsulates that like era.
Huh?
How old do you think they are?
Though they're definitely newer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like a recent band, but they sound like back then.
I didn't know. I thought they were really, really young. I thought all of them were really young. But they're actually like around my age, 1999 and 1997. When the two brothers, the frontliners, were born.
Yeah, okay.
It's pretty young.
Yeah.
A couple years older than me, a few years older than me.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be younger. I thought they looked younger than me. They were so skinny and lanky. They sounded younger than me. They both had high-pitched voices, really rock and roll type thing. Like how you said.
I think I just have I don't know. I didn't get that vibe. I did get the vibe that they were like a newer, fresher band. Not that they were around during the Killers like debut, but that their sound was from that time.
All of their music videos have like this vintage feel to them.
Yeah, because they're, like I said, they're trying to I don't want to say bite, but They're trying to do the Kings of Leon type style.
Oh.
I mean, they even have like 70s haircuts. Do you know Kings of Leon?
Not really. They have 70s haircuts, and the big old picture behind them for their name, the lemon twigs, was in that font. And
they have shirts like that too, and they have they look like they're trying to do that. Kings of Leon are I guess an older band now, who I really liked as well before they really blew up. What's their biggest song? This sex is on fire.
That song?
That's them. That's Kings of Leon.
Wow.
I did not like that song. I don't like that album. Ugh. Anyway. Yeah, they were fine. Again, nothing I really wanted to. They were cool where they switched their places around and stuff. That was nice.
Oh yeah, they did do that.
They switched their instruments around. But yeah, and then so after they left, the Killers were next. But they actually had one of their crew members come up and pose as a doctor.
Yeah, that's right.
And he came up and said, "I know this is the last thing you guys want to hear." And immediately everybody was, "Oh."
Yeah.
And he said, Brandon. I think he said specifically Brandon. Did he say the Killers?
I think he said Brandon.
Brandon Flowers, the lead singer of the band. He said Brandon has tested positive.
Yeah.
And everybody, oh. And then he goes, rock and roll.
And everyone goes crazy.
Yeah. Which I thought the Killers said that too, that they're here to rock and roll.
Yes, they did.
I don't think they're like rock and roll type music.
I was going to say that because in my mind, the Killers is alternative, right? They're alternative. They're what it used to be called whenever I was growing up, adult alternative.
Yeah.
So it's adult alternative. The vibe that I was getting from Brandon and like the way he dressed and the way that they were talking about everything, like they're trying to go for like a rock and roll type vibe.
I mean, he always dresses like that. And you even said one of the songs sounded like country.
Yeah. His hair was all slicked back and a nice pompadour.
That's his style.
Very
let
rock
me see,
and roll.
actually.
There you go.
Now, this picture is from 6 years ago, but that's what he looked like. He had a few more gray hairs, which killed me a little bit. So did Ronnie, the drummer in the back. He had a bunch of gray hairs.
Oh, dude.
I love Ronnie.
The drummer, whenever he came on, I was like, oh, that's a veteran.
Yes.
That's a man that's been in the industry for a while.
That's Brandon's best friend. They're inseparable.
Yeah. Brandon definitely uses Just for Men, the hair comb.
Sure. But Ronnie, I love him on the drums so much. If it was just to come and see Ronnie play on the drums, I would have been happy with just that. If anybody here has not heard the Killers, go look up some of their music videos, and every time they show Ronnie, the drummer, just check out the faces he makes while he drums. It's perfect. It's beautiful. I love Ronnie on drums.
He was doing it.
Yeah, I know.
It was great.
He looks so pained. Like it hurts him.
I was gonna say during his solo that he was doing,
right at the end.
Amazing solo, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like everything that he was doing was hurting his entire body.
Mm-hmm. But no, that's just how he is. That's how he performs.
But he just kept going.
You watch the music videos. It's exact. I'm probably gonna spend the night watching some music videos of the Killers.
He's such a performer. Is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. So, the band is Brandon Flowers, Ronnie Vanucci on drums, Mark Stormer on bass, and Dave Kuning on guitar.
Yes.
Brandon also, as you can see here, is on keyboard too. But we got Mark here at the show, and Ronnie and Brandon. But Dave still records albums with them, so he's still part of the Killers. But he doesn't tour with them anymore. So we didn't see Dave last night. I was really hoping
that sucks.
We would, because before the September show, when they were doing the regular tour, they had Johnny Marr with them, who my brother loves. And that was part of the big reason why he wanted to see them. And then, of course, when it came around for them to come in March, we knew he wasn't going to be there with them, so that kind of killed it as well.
Johnny Marr, from the Smiths. Yeah, he's a older gentleman now. Yeah, so obviously he couldn't come back here to Houston.
Yeah, so my brain a little bit was I knew that about Dave Kuning not really touring with the band anymore, but I was hoping a little bit in the back of my head, oh, maybe he's going to be here for this show just to make up for it. He wasn't. That's fine.
That's all right.
It was still a great show. I recorded some videos because I guess I'm one of those people. Even though there's a lot of phones out, it was a bummer.
I recorded one video of the Lemon Twigs of like just them, one video of Brandon for like 5 seconds, and then at the end, whenever we're all getting out, I wanted to be in the moment for that.
I'm gonna post some of those videos on my TikTok.
TikTok,
mostly so that I can have them somewhere and I can delete them off my phone.
Yeah,
so I can get rid of that space. But yeah, they performed some fantastic songs. Everything I wanted to play basically got heard. I mean, if I had my way, they'd play the first 4 full albums.
3 hours.
That would have been, huh?
That's a lot more than 3 hours.
That would have been a long time, yeah. But I guess the only one song I didn't hear, which I understand they couldn't do, because it's a sequel to another song, Miss Atomic Bomb.
Miss Atomic Bomb.
That's kind of a sequel to Mr. Brightside. Mr. Brightside is arguably their biggest hit. And they saved it for their encore, of course.
Right.
It was wild that they started it with the remix version of it. So they started with the remix version of Mr. Brightside, and then it got into the real version of it, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would do something like that, but I appreciated they played it anyway. Because again, that's their biggest hit, and there's no way they weren't going to play it.
Very sing-along type stuff. It was nice.
They even did, I mean, of course they did Somebody Told Me, The Way It Was, Change My Mind. No, not Change My Mind, Read My Mind.
Read My Mind.
For Reasons Unknown. We hope you enjoy your stay. Interlude.
Boy?
When You Were Young. Boy. Yeah, I don't know the newer songs. Spaceman.
Spaceman, that's the one I was looking for.
Spaceman was great.
He did a voice thing for that. That was cool.
Yeah. Are we human? Or are we dancer? I had a great time. Did you have anything else to say about the show?
Just one thing. I remember growing up, since Blastex is a super fan of the Killers. He said it's his #1 band. I remember growing up and seeing Mr. Flowers a lot, just in the music videos I would play and everything. And occasionally we watch some of the music videos back to back again before we're all teared together. Seeing him today and now, it was really weird. Because I saw a few pictures of him on Instagram, but seeing him in person, he's an older man now.
Oh yeah.
The only reference of Brendan I have in my mind is of him in like the music videos, like Don't Kill Me Santa.
Yeah.
Like he's like a young adult there. But now when I look at the pictures of him like this and of the drummer right there, I think, wow, that's like an older guy.
Yeah.
I look at him like he has a lot of creases in his face is what I'm trying to say.
It's great.
It was just really surprising to me. Shocker, people age, but that just, wow, that threw me back a little bit.
Oh yeah, I was surprised they did all the things I've done, of course. Smile Like You Mean It. I was surprised that they did Shot at the Night. I did not expect that. Give me a shot at the night.
Oh.
Give me one moment, something just a little bit. Give me a shot at the night. So that's cool.
Was that during the beginning or the end? I feel like that was one of the songs that I didn't know.
That was near the beginning. Yeah, that was near the beginning. Pack my case.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Move a little bit closer. We're gonna get
DMCA
struck, yeah.
Because we're so goddamn good at singing these
just like
songs.
Brandon Flowers.
Won't you be Santa Claus?
And he does, by the way, get called his full name whenever we talk about him.
Oh, absolutely.
He just does.
Mr. Brandon Flowers. You want to get DMCA, dude?
No. That's not even gonna come out.
I didn't even pick it up.
Move a little bit closer. Move a little bit closer. Anyway, I like the Killers.
Killers is very good.
I was glad I got to see him twice. That was cool.
Oh, he said it. He said it.
I get to see twice next month.
I have no concerts lined up yet, but we did on the screen.
Oh yeah,
see a bunch of the tour dates coming to Toyota Center.
Mm-hmm.
Depeche Mode's coming to Toyota Center.
Mm-hmm.
Bert Kreischer's coming to Toyota Center.
Hell? Oh, that comedian?
Yeah, the Machine. He's Bert Kreischer's actually coming out with a movie pretty soon. The Machine. Okay. Mark Hamill's in it.
Okay.
Which is the only reason why I'm going to see.
Okay.
The movie. Also, that other guy that I thought had died is going to.
The Jonas Brothers?
No. Oh. Well, yes, the Jonas Brothers. I'm not going to go see them, but that's a show that I would go see if I had the free time. Don't remember at this time. But there's a lot of people, a lot of good people lined up for the rest of this year that they've had showing up there. I want to go see Depeche Mode. I don't know a lot of Depeche Mode songs, but I just want to go because they are an older group. Older man.
Go before it's too late.
Right. I'd like to say that I went to a Depeche Mode concert. But obviously I'll listen to the music.
Man, it was so much fun just listening to Killers music again. Yeah. I haven't heard them in a long time. I've been stuck on girl groups for about
2 years.
2 years now.
Yeah. About no, 3 years.
No.
3 years, no?
No. Hold on. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, 3 years, dude.
Kind of 3 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I didn't really know girls.
No, girls.
Oh shit, twice.
Twice!
During Phantom Mirage. But I got into it, I guess, during Love Paterina. That was lovely. Yeah. And then Restart. Yeah, it's been about 2.5 years, something like that.
Nice.
So yeah, the show was a lot of fun. If you have a chance to see the Killers, do, because it is a performance. They do a great show.
Dude, it's an act.
It's it's so much fun. It was just a lot of fun also just to have everybody around you jumping up and down, singing along with all these songs that I grew up with. Man.
He was very apologetic, like I said in the beginning. He had a little interlude, a little talking about it of like, hey, sorry we couldn't come. We got the flu sometime. He's also talks like a rock star. It's so cool.
Okay, go ahead.
He has that cadence.
He wants to be Elvis, but yeah.
That's what it is. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. I didn't think about that. Mm-hmm. Regardless.
He's like, hey, little honey. That's how he talks. Hey, Houston. We love Houston.
During the show, he said, sorry we couldn't come the first and second time, but hey, you know what? 3 times a charm. 3rd time's a charm. Everyone at the end of the show gets a poster.
Did I sell it enough? I love that line.
I got a poster.
Yeah, so the Killers, to make up for being late, super late, they got this little poster made for us. It even says Houston, Texas on the bottom.
So cool.
3rd time's a charm. It is pretty cool. I didn't get one because I don't know where to put it, but yeah, nice free poster. That's not bad.
It's a funny little story. I didn't get a poster walking out. I thought that was a joke whenever he said that, so I just walked out the doors immediately. And I saw people getting posters, and I was like, oh my God, I want to go back in. So I tried to go back in the same way I came out. The dude was like, you can't go back in, man. To me and my sister that were there.
Yeah.
Our sister.
Oh, you know what? That was the thing. Sorry, we didn't even mention. It was like a sibling affair.
Yes.
It was all the siblings together.
Yeah. Well, not all the siblings. Missing one.
2. Well,
2?
1. Yeah. I guess, yeah, 1.
Yeah. But, yeah. Sister, brothers.
All the mom's kids. Let's say that.
Yeah. Yes. All of our mama's kids. Dude was like, you can't come back in here, man. And then my sister said back, because we had just seen like 5 people run through the door next to him. Dude, the people just walked in. He's like, you can't go back in. It's like, all right, whatever, dude. We walked away, walking to the side of the building, waiting for our Uber. And I see this dude walking around. Hey, free posters. Who wants a poster? You know, people who couldn't make it. And I was like, I'll take one. Yeah. And then a girl walking past him just gets it from him. He's like, oh, sorry, dude, last one.
I didn't know that part.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Dude, that was heart crushing. Like, oh, yeah, sorry, dude. Last one. Too bad. But he said, oh, but he's still giving them out at the door. So there's a dude, an older security guard guy. Much thanks to him. Much appreciation for him. He was holding the door for people coming out. And he was letting people that had gone out before had gone out another way and couldn't get a poster, like me, get one from him, like directly to him. I walk up to the doors that everyone was coming out of, and I said, "Hey man, can I get a poster?" And I reached for it because he like instinctively handed it out to me, and I grabbed it, and he said, "No man, you can't have a poster, dude. I don't know you." I was like, "Ha ha 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 ha! Thanks man, I really appreciate it." And then I just walked away with the poster. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Much appreciation for him though. I think he was joking about it because he laughed a little bit. So I hope he was joking. I hope I didn't just snatch a poster out of this man's hands.
Who cares? You didn't get a poster. You're supposed to get a poster.
That's very true. But anyways, I got a poster. I win. I'm the lucky one. Third time's a charm. Man, you're totally right. It's Elvis. Did not catch that at all. Hey there, little lady. I'm sorry, Houston, we couldn't get here. I got the flu at one point. Influenza.
Yeah, he's a showman.
But hey, third time's a charm. Everyone at the end gets a poster. That was really nice of him. You know, just we get a poster for our 6 months of ways.
I don't know if we're doing enough to sell it, but it was really a lot of fun.
He also said during the show, I was like, yeah, he made it seem like this was like supposed to happen, just because he's like a showman. He's trying to sell the show to us, even though we're already there. He's like, you guys didn't want to see us 6 months ago.
Oh yeah,
we were in the middle of everything. You know, you didn't want to see us then. You wanted to see us right now. We're a oiled up machine. We're slick. We're slippery. We're ready to go. You wanted to see us at our best. Tonight was the night you wanted to see us.
Stop talking like Brandon Flowers.
Talking like Elvis.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, good show. Go see The Killers again if you get the chance.
Yeah. It was. I'm very grateful that we did that.
Yes, it was a sibling outing, which we don't do very often, but it was really fun. Really, really fun. And I am very surprised. Oh, just like to get a readout or like a lookout of like all the people that were there. It was a sold out show in the beginning, right? Back in September. When we got there, a lot of people had either refunded or just weren't gonna go or anything. So the stadium was like half full of what it should be. But the ground floor was pretty much packed because those are the people that really wanted to go see the concert. Like kept on going. But everyone, I looked around myself, and everyone around me was of another generation than me.
Everyone was older than you.
Everyone was older than me.
Yeah.
That was really good. That also means that everyone around me actually cares about their hygiene and about what they smell like. No one smelled bad. There was not an entire point in that entire concert where I was like, oh, someone has BO. Put on some deodorant.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was great.
Not like Anime Matsuri.
No, not Anime Matsuri.
Christ out loud.
Oh my God.
Christ out loud.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Put on some deodorant, guys. Come on.
Yeah. But okay. I think we covered the show well enough. The Killer Show. It was a lot of fun.
I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna try to put them back into my rotation of songs I listen to. But the whole Twice has on me right now. Maybe I'll stop listening to Twice for a month to get ready for the show.
And
then no, I
like
don't know.
anticipation.
Yeah.
Talking about Twice. You saw where you were gonna be sitting.
Yeah. Okay.
Was that
You brought it up.
terrifying?
Yes. I don't want to sit there.
Oh no, it's a great transition. I'm glad you brought it up.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
It was a great transition.
I wasn't going to talk about it, but you said specifically about the seats.
Yes.
Right now, as you were talking about the show, about the Killers, I looked up. I still have VIP tickets for Twice on the floor where I can go for sound check and everything.
Wow. That's really cool. Don't.
No, right?
Don't.
Can I say how much?
Okay, yes.
For one person, for me, Javier? Super Plastics? Guess.
$450.
You're off.
Okay.
You're under.
I'm under
by $120.
Oh my god.
So $570.
What?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous,
it is.
dude.
I agree with you.
That's ridiculous.
I agree with you. You know what's more ridiculous?
What is?
Guess.
What? That's not the real price?
No.
What?
That I'm into it.
Don't do it.
I know.
Don't do it.
Hey, if you're listening to the podcast and you love me a lot, I'm taking donations.
Go subscribe to the Patreon.
I can
subscribe to the Patreon.
I can draw you something. I can dance for you. Ooh, if I can learn some Twice dances, and I'll get you give me money for it, and
Listen.
I'll go. I'll sit down. Not sit down. I'll stand up in front of Twice, and I'll watch their sound check and VIP access. And it's too much money, though.
Listen, just go subscribe to the Patreon.
I don't have a Patreon.
We haven't set up the Patreon yet.
I have a PayPal link. You can pay me through PayPal.
Go donate through the PayPal, please, if you can. If you don't want to,
if you do,
if you do, you're just gonna help this man fulfill his dreams, his aspiration right now. Not his dreams.
I didn't even care about this group until February.
Right, and they've been a group for how long?
8 years.
Oh,
I'm super late.
Oh,
but well, I'm
dog, do I have to set up a Patreon for you so you can go to this Twice
I'm
VIP
done.
concert?
So I would only do it if I could resell the tickets I have now, because then I'm only spending an extra $300.
An extra $300.
Because if I can get $200 for the tickets I got,
okay,
then I'll get use the $200 for the new ticket.
Then you get more than double,
and then I'll pay the extra $3 whatever to round out. And it won't feel as bad.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
If you're listening to this and you know me and you have my phone number, text me, see how I can make this money real quick, because I'm into this, dude.
Missions.
I have savings, okay? I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into my savings.
Right.
I can see them like VIP access and everything. I don't want to get into this.
No, dude.
Oh my God, you know I can do it. I can do it right now.
You're getting into your mind about it.
I can just do it.
But listen, dude. Why?
Because I need this happiness.
There you go.
I've been scared for a couple weeks, but I'm not gonna get into that. We're gonna get into superhero
Twice.
Time. Huh? I've just been feeling really sad lately.
About you being sick and all that?
Yeah, I got into my head real bad, and it's not fun when I get sad. I don't want to get into it anymore.
Oh, I know.
But Twice really did help when I was earlier this year when I was super down. But again, when I got sick, I got depressed again. So I have the money. I can get I can get this ticket literally right now. Oh my God! I'm not going to.
How about you don't?
I'm not going to. But again, if you have my phone number, or if you know me, you want to give me if everybody that subscribed to my channel, all 100 of you, gave $5. That's it. Not gonna happen.
$5. That's just like when you pay for the Patreon.
Yeah, but why would you give me money?
Let's subscribe to the Patreon.
Anyway, let's get into superhero time, because we're already an hour into talking about not the show.
Nice, let's do it.
All right. First up.
Wait.
Oh yeah, you say your thing.
Well, yeah, I have to say it. But just to conclude on that concert stuff, I am so down to go to the next concert that's available for Toyota Center. I want to go.
What do you think that is? In a month. Okay.
Okay. Well, let me rephrase that. I want to go to another concert. I don't think K-pop is necessarily in that category.
Of a concert? It is a concert, though.
It's a live performance.
Yeah, it's a concert. Oh my God, did they perform?
It's a live performance. It's not like a band that plays and sings. It's like it's a performance. It's like a It's like a huge thing. It's like a huge deal.
They have a live band.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you showed me that. Yeah. But yes, I would want to go see another band, like the next band that goes up there.
A lesser. So you don't want to see top.
I
don't want to see the top of the K-pop mountain.
I don't want to see the top of the K-pop mountain. No.
Okay. You heard it here.
Out.
We saw pretty top rock and roll.
Yeah, we saw pretty top quote unquote rock and roll.
That was really a good show. That's also why I kind of want to do this twice bullshit, because I really like standing down there and seeing everybody. And if I can do twice. Oh yeah, so the whole thing, like when we talked about my seats, the seat that I have for twice.
Oh yeah.
It's like near the very, very, very top.
Very top.
And while we're on the floor looking up, I gave myself like vertigo.
Yeah.
Just looking at people walking down the stairs up there.
Because people walking up and down there, they go slow.
It is so scary looking.
They go slow going up and down, dude. You gotta wear some sticky feet.
I don't want any of that.
You gotta wear some. You gotta wear some sticky shoes. I mean.
But if I have to, I will. If you know me in person and you see me in person, slap me for even suggesting that I would get those tickets.
I don't want to go see
twice.
No, I kind of want to go see not twice.
The Jonas Brothers.
The Jonas Brothers, yes.
Rock and roll.
Audio listeners, you can't see the face I just made, but that was not a good face.
Not your fault.
The Jonas Brothers are okay, dude. They're pop. They're mainstream. They're white boys.
Well,
they're white boys.
Did it twice.
Oh, you said it. Got him. You incorporate twice into so much stuff.
No, I don't. You do. You react to anytime anybody says that word.
It's very true. Very true. Oh my god, I want to go to another concert. I miss going out.
Yep.
To like public stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't go out usually.
Yeah.
What I mean about public stuff is like live events.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get a list of the conventions that we're having here in Houston so we can go.
So I was actually going to talk to you about that. Anime Matsuri is this August, but Japan World Heroes is also in August.
No, I don't know. We can't do that.
Are you sure?
Hell no. We're going to California?
Yeah.
No, man. We don't even have anything planned for that.
Yeah, it's true.
It's only, I think, 2 or 3 days. It is cheap to get in.
It's very cheap.
But again,
they've been teasing Gaim a lot.
It's just to do that. They have been teasing Gaim. If that happens, maybe we'll consider that. Yeah. Maybe then we can open a fund to pay for that.
Yeah.
Because that can be used for the show.
Yeah, for content.
We can record a show there or record live vlogs or whatever. That can be content.
Damn, I forgot to set up the podcast at the Killers concert for us to talk to Brandon Flowers and the gang.
No. Darn it.
I said I was going to do that, and I didn't. I didn't even talk to Brandon Flowers.
Sucks.
He was going to be on the podcast and say, hey, how you doing, everybody? My name is Brandon Flowers.
Brandon, is that you?
Brandon Flowers, everybody. Hi, how you doing? I'm back in Austin. Houston.
That was weird.
Yeah. I don't know why I said Austin.
Why did you... Even in this... Brandon wouldn't do that, but... Anyway.
Yeah, anyways. It's time for Super Hero Time.
All right, so we open up to... I just noticed...
Uh-huh. We open to what you just noticed.
Tanuki is there.
Yeah. Of course he is.
I guess these are the main characters.
Yeah. I don't know what... I mean, we don't know what any of this says, but I'm assuming that top part is list of potential characters. Or like list of potential writers.
Like their stats, maybe.
Yeah.
Or their what they like.
Because like there's little cliff notes of like Buffa. There's like a little danger sign right there next to him.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know why. Oh, this is Sara.
There goes my girl too, Lopo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Why is she there? Why is Punk? I was gonna say, Sara is holding this book that she made from the knowledge that Neon gave her. They're there at the cafe. Why did she give her information about Punk Jack or whatever? That's probably just a notebook that she had lying around.
Yeah.
She already made this.
I'm pretty sure Neon made this.
Yeah.
Maybe? No, because Neon's in it. I mean, she is first, though. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, they're having lunch and they're discussing
I wish I read Japanese.
writers. So she doesn't know that Keiwa is a writer again.
Right. She was knocked out when they were
when he came
fighting.
and saved them. So Keiwa knows that.
Uh-huh.
And he wants to keep that secret for now.
Right.
Because he confronts
Kekara
about why is his sister a writer, and Kekara says that she forced them when that's not. He made her do it to make her think that was the only way to bring him back.
It's a total fabrication.
Yeah, it's a lie.
We made it all up.
Man.
It's a good meme.
Yeah, I want to watch that video now.
Yeah, Kekara's like, I don't know, dude, she made me do it.
So yeah, that's what we're playing now. And then the new game master comes out, Soul, Korea Soul, and the new mission now is to get ID cores.
Yep,
that are out there, and they all get their mission through the phone. Everybody's listening to it. Yeah, Ace hears his mission and jumps down a building. This
is cool, but for no reason.
No reason.
He gets the thing information. He's like, okay, good game. And he jumps from this stairwell that he was hanging out at.
And he meets Zine down here, and Zine decides, okay, actually, here's the gun again.
Yeah.
You can have it.
Zine's whole thing about this was he doesn't like that Ace is trying to get rid of the DGP, but Zine is Ace's supporter. First and foremost, he does a little hand symbol for the fox. So he's like, here, just get the gun, dude. I'm your supporter first and foremost. Ace says, I hope I give you the emotion that you're trying to get stirred for.
Yeah. And that was kind of nice that even though Ace is going to try to take down the whole thing that Zine is doing, Zine is still his supporter.
Yeah.
He still supports him despite, whatever's happening.
He says at the end, the emotion that he's being stirred for is the one where they part ways.
Yeah.
That's also very sad.
It's kind of one way, right? Because Geats doesn't really give a shit about Zine.
Not like huge.
No, I don't think he cares about him at all.
He thinks it's like a side character, I think.
Yeah. Or a character at all.
Yeah.
But Zine very much adores Geats. And Zine knows that Geats' endgame is to basically make it so that they never see each other again.
Right.
So I've mentioned before this whole thing about the parasocial relationship that this kind of addresses.
Yeah.
It's funny that it's turned it to make you sympathetic kind of towards Zine.
A little bit, yeah.
Not really. But you kind of get what I'm saying. Yeah.
He's developing this parasocial relationship, but not in a traditional sense because they actually interact with each other.
Yeah. So they get teleported. They have times to do it at noon.
Yeah, noon to 6.
They have time to get these ID cores. And where they get teleported to is this forest, and it turns out that it is where the old Yamato garden is.
Yeah.
They have their phones, and it's actually a radar now. And that radar can show them where other ID cores are. So the girls are together.
Yeah. But before the next slide, Ace gets teleported along with all the other riders from that system. He gets force teleported to this location, this Yamato garden that we see, and he says a force teleportation. I guess the new head honcho isn't very fair, isn't very cool. Like, it's a very rude thing to force teleport someone.
Yeah.
Just to show the kind of person that's running the games now.
Yeah, Soul.
Yeah, Soul. He doesn't care what you're doing. He doesn't care where you're at.
Soul.
You gotta do the game now.
So while the girls are looking around for these ID cores, Keiwa's watching them from behind. And he looks like this.
For some reason,
He does the Bigfoot thing.
Oh, yeah, you got a good picture of that. He looks right in the camera,
Mm-hmm.
and he stumbles, and then he runs away.
This Geats.
Yeah. All of this to say that he's just trying to be camouflaged because he doesn't want the girls to know, but he's also sticking close behind to Sarah to protect her.
Yes. What was the last episode about?
The last episode?
Oh yeah,
About Sarah?
she came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in the beginning, Neon in her head thinks about, Sarah doesn't really get it yet.
Yeah.
About like the danger
Yeah.
and like the situation that they're in right now. She doesn't really get it yet. But yeah, they keep following. Keiwa keeps following the girls until the girls eventually get to this guy, bad guy,
Mr. Buffalo.
Mr. Buffalo.
So the fight starts, and Keiwa's like, "Oh, I gotta go protect my sister." So he henshins.
Yep.
And then he hides again.
He henshins and then hides the thing. I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna do like a little sneak attack and then go away a little bit. Nope.
Yeah. Kind of. It's not a sneak attack, but he does do something that helps.
He just trips him.
He trips Buffa.
So he doesn't get that final blow on Sarah.
And that gives Sarah a chance to do a big slash. And then the girls leave, and Buffa is, left in a haze, kind of. And he goes, "What the f?"
Yeah.
And it was, Keiwa's foot that tripped him.
There he goes. He's all confused.
Yeah. And then we see Keiwa hiding behind that cloth.
Very
thing.
good special effects.
And then we see Daichi fighting for his life, fighting some spare Jamato. And he runs into Mr. Ace. And they duke it out. Daichi hits the ground and makes this big puff of smoke happen, and he bounces. But I like that effect of him trying to chase after him, and he's gone.
And he shot through the clouds a little bit just to try to see. Wasn't there.
Yeah. So the girls are still at it, and they go and they find some more ID cores. Daichi's also looking, and he finds jackpot.
Too many.
And the girls are back in the salon, resting or whatever, and they said 3. I thought they got 2, but
yeah,
maybe 1 off camera, but I don't know why that would happen. Why would just one
off camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
I even wrote girls find 1 core each, but whatever.
And they're all sad, and they're like, "Hey, man, we still have like 2 more days left. We're good." But then Daichi comes in.
And he shows that he's got a bunch.
Way too many.
And that's when we're introduced to quote unquote Sarah's sponsor. Part of this whole thing is that he brought that.
Right. So like he put it down and everything, and he got it from wherever it was, and he hid it up until they saw it. Also, he's okay. We're jumping ahead. Right.
This little statue, not little, big statue, is a tanuki, and he's supposed to be Sarah's supporter.
Right.
Similar to Kekara.
Right.
So when this thing it starts talking, it's very believable, or it's not out of the realm of possibilities that this thing is a talking statue that supports Sarah, because like I said, Kekara is a thing. And Neon gets up to sort of check it out, to thank it or whatever.
Oh god.
Jump scare.
Yeah.
And when she gets up and she looks behind it, she gives this great face to Keiwa, who is behind it, and he's actually doing the voice and everything.
Right.
My thing about it, what I thought was funny, I mean, it is a joke. This whole thing is supposed to be funny.
Right.
The fact that this statue is so goddamn big.
How did he get it from where it was to there?
I don't even care about that. It's the idea that like the frog is what he's using this to base on. Right. The frog is so small. It's not super small.
Yeah.
But you can pick it up.
Yeah, they pick it up constantly.
Yeah. But this big piece of it's so funny. Like, yeah. And I got this picture too because I like the look that they give Daichi.
Nice.
So it turns out Daichi knows that Buffa. Oh, so we didn't even explain. The point of the mission.
Yeah.
Whoever gets the most ID cores at the end gets to choose one person to eliminate.
Right.
Any one person.
Any person gets to retire.
Or to retire, yeah.
Yeah.
So Buffa still has his stupid overpowered powers.
Right, which the game master says in that little...
This is why he's doing it.
Right, in the game rules, whatever.
Yeah. So, and that means anybody can get enough of the ID cores, and if they win, they can choose to retire Buffa so he's no longer an issue. Which is a way around it. You could also just take away Buffa's powers.
Take away his godly powers.
But yeah. So anyway, Daichi, he has all of his medals or all of his ID cores that he found. And here he's actually giving them to the girls.
Right.
I don't know if he gives them to both of them or just Asara. But
it's like a combined effort.
But the girls give him this look up and down, like they don't trust him, which they shouldn't.
Right.
And Keiwa is even saying that don't trust him.
In Keiwa in the sponsor.
Sorry,
voice.
the sponsor. Yeah.
What's the sponsor's name? Sin.
I don't know.
Sin Silly. Whatever. And obviously Daichi knows.
Daichi gives him the cores, and Neon, knowing it's Keiwa, says, what should we do, sponsor? And the sponsor says, it wouldn't hurt not to take them.
Right.
And Daichi says something like, yeah, it's what a good brother would do.
Yes.
Signaling that, yeah, he knows what's going on. So then that's when Sarah leaves because she's worried about Keiwa, to go home, make him dinner or whatever. And I'm assuming this is her look, this is her shot as she's walking away. And she does look back towards Neon and Daichi as she's walking out.
This is what she's supposed to be looking at.
This is supposed to be what she can see.
Right. But before that, the reason that Daichi gives the ID cores to Neon and Sara is because, like the rules say, you can eliminate the one person being Buffa with the god powers. Daichi's plea, the olive branch to the girls is, hey, you take all these ID cores as my show of, hey, I'm sorry. You can trust me right now. If you get all the ID cores, just promise me you'll eliminate Buffa. You'll retire Buffa for me. And we'll work together for this next part. And the girls are like, we don't want to trust you.
Yeah.
But that's his whole plan. He's trying to eliminate Buffa.
Buffa's brooding, and his boyfriend shows up. Geats shows up, and
he is brooding. That's a good word for it.
They're sharing a meal together. They're not fighting because Buffa's gonna save Ace for the end.
Right. Buffa says all of the writers first going along, and then obviously you at the end. And Ace says,
actually, this is where Ace tells him about his mom being the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Buffa finding out about that stuff. So yeah, Buffa says something like, I'm surprised you want to get rid of the GGP. And then he tells him about his mom or whatever.
To save my mom, I'll do anything.
Yeah.
Ace says, I appreciate... Oh, yeah, it's the slideshow of all the people. It's the intro. Literally, it's the intro.
Yeah.
So, all the writers so far... Did you only get her?
Yes.
Nice. He says, Buffa says, all the writers so far, and I leave you at the very end. And Ace says, I'm thankful that I'm your main course. Pretty good. It's pretty good writing right there. Some tension.
Tara's going home. She thinks somebody's following her. He runs into her brother, Keiwa.
Yep.
Because presumably he was, still trying to protect her or whatever. And then we get the reveal that actually Kekara was following her.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even them.
For some reason.
He knew. Yeah. Here we can see the points totals for the ID cores.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you know what? He gave them all to Sarah. Yeah.
It was all for Sarah.
Yeah.
Like an apology for sorry for trying to kill your brother twice.
They're signaling that she's gonna die, but we'll see.
So much.
So yeah, Tsumori is upset because she's like, why are they still fighting each other? Why are they still making them fight? And the game master is basically like, LOL, didn't ask.
Yes. He doesn't need the opinion of a navigator.
Yeah.
Just do the job.
And then he says, well, we know we're going to leave after this. Like, this is it. all the memories and everything of this game is going to be gone, so it doesn't matter. The circus animal, he calls them circus animals.
Yeah.
Because they are still just, performances to them.
Circus animals are finally finishing their show.
Yeah.
And Sumori says, then why still have them fight?
Yeah. And then...
Oh.
Excuse me. Somebody returns. We just see their backs. But if you're following Geats, you know who these are.
Whenever we saw the episodes, I did not know who that second person was.
Mm-hmm. And then we get... Oh, yeah. So they are now supposedly working together with Daichi.
Yep.
To find the rest of ID cores to try to take out Buffa. That's when we find out that Daichi straight up tells the girls...
their location. Where they're going to be.
Sells them up the river. Yeah. He told them to go to a certain place. And he tells Buffa where they're going to be at so he can go get rid of them. It turns out that Daichi had actually already checked that place out.
Right.
So he literally did that just to get them caught. And Buffa...
Oh, shoot. What does Buffa say?
Takes the information. He just takes it.
Oh, I thought he said something like in retaliation. Oh, no. That's what Ace says. Ace asks, who are you going for next?
And then Buffa says, you know who.
Yeah.
And by the way, Ace did hear the conversation that Daichi gave Buffa.
Yes.
So here we see the girls and somebody's approaching them and I don't see who it is, but we go back to Daichi and he found some more ID cores. We see it was actually Ace that found the girls, which means Buffa found Daichi.
Yeah. What a twist.
So yeah, instead of thinking Buffa would go after the girls, he does go after Daichi.
His old teammate.
Because he doesn't like that Daichi causes so much despair and trouble for everybody. Daichi is more of an asshole, according to Buffa.
Yeah.
Than Buffa.
But Buffa's trying to get this asshole out of here.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
So they do have their little henchman and they fight.
It's a good fight. It's a great cinematics.
And as Ace is talking to the girls are like, well, if you're still in the game, we want to keep DGP going because we got to do stuff.
Right.
Why aren't you coming after us right now if we're your biggest enemy, if you want to get rid of DGP?
Mm-hmm.
And Ace says, you are not my enemies. The admins are.
Right.
So he just leaves. And then he tells Keiwa to... I don't remember what he tells him, but...
he walks by Keiwa and he says...
yeah.
He walks by Keiwa and he says, that means you too. I'm not an enemy of you too, stranger. And Keiwa looks up at him with this look all dramatic and he says, I will protect my sister.
Yeah. And they still don't see him.
Right.
The girls. Girls still don't see Keiwa.
Because they're clueless, apparently. It's for the show. I like Keiwa's reaction then. And then we cut back to Daichi and Buffa's fight.
Oh, yeah.
Buffa is absolutely wiping the floor with this guy. Obviously, since he has those god powers, he doesn't even retaliate. He doesn't even respond to the punches that Daichi's giving to Buffa in the moment. They totally just bounce off. Like literally a force field. You see that purple little light right there on his chest? That's the thing that bounces off. So it's futile.
And...
to say the least. Oh, that was cool. He picked him up by his sword. While he was doing the slash attack, picked him up by the sword, hit him again with the sword, and then slashed up his final attack to hit him from behind. There he goes on the floor for like a finisher, and again, Buffa with his foot on his chest tells Daichi, "You will never be a Kamen Rider again." As he grabs for his ID core, rips it out in this super nice cinematic display where he rips out his ID core from his belt and he makes that glow, and he cracks the ID core, but he doesn't destroy it because he still needs that for the game that they're playing.
Even Ace told him, don't break it. I know you want to. Why would you say that, Ace? I want this to be the thumbnail.
This is a good one, yeah,
but that's very spoilery.
True.
Extremely spoilery.
Daichi also says, "Oh, I was just about to say that." Daichi also says, as he's reaching for his ID core with like a angry, emotional despair, he says, "You have not seen the last of me." Yeah, right.
And then yeah.
And then we cut to Baroba and Kikara in their sponsor room, watching over Buffa and Daichi.
Buffa fight. Mm-hmm.
Baroba says, "That wasn't really the outcome we were looking for. That sucks. There goes our plans." And they said, "Oh, what's that?" And we cut back to Buffa, and the Jamato, the farmer, is back in full style, and he grabs Naj Sparrow, Daichi's ID core, and he says, "I'll be taking this fertilizer."
Mm-hmm. So the idea is that he's gonna plant him again. We're probably gonna see Daichi again.
Heck yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Daichi. So Lopo is gone. Daichi is here to stay.
Bullshit. Yeah, and I don't think we saw him get flowers online, so
That is true. That is true. We cut back to this game.
we finally go back to to who actually came back.
Hey,
And it's Niram and Win.
Oh,
That's their names.
that's his name.
But yeah, Punk Jack and the producer.
Wow.
How did you come back? I don't know.
They said it.
They did say it, but it feels like I don't know.
Yeah. The producer says, "We were revived by the will of the game master."
That's Sale, whatever.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
That's just how they're back. That's it.
Yeah, we were revived by the grace of whatever.
Yeah,
Which is awesome.
Sure, and it's weird because why?
I'll tell you why. Because Punk Jack has a special coming out soon.
Have you seen any of the trailers for it?
No, I have not.
That's what I was gonna play for you.
Hey, nice.
We'll do it after King-Ohger.
All right.
Just because I don't want to mess up. No, I shouldn't. Right? I shouldn't play them.
Why? It's DMCA.
Copyright. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Oh well.
Yeah. We'll say that we saw him.
We saw him.
There you go. Hey, we saw the clip. It's
Cool.
a really cool trailer.
Nice.
I can't wait to watch it.
Really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't know.
Oh shit.
Okay, so what do you think of the episode?
Dude, this episode was so. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, but it just feels so transitionary. Like this isn't.
I hear that.
It's not like so much as we're trying to focus on a certain thing in the episode. It's just that we're trying to get to where we're going with introducing these two at the very end there, and then having this game go on, and the premise of the game for as long as it is right now. Taking out Naj Sparrow, Daichi. Good move. Not a good move if you're gonna just bring him back again in the next couple of episodes. We don't see him in the preview for the next episode, but there's always that possibility. I'm just hoping that this isn't a transitionary episode for the next episode, which is going to be another transitionary episode for the ending, because this ending shot right here is a like a little staff meeting. Soul comes out, or his voice is there, and he says, "Everyone, prepare to get out of here. We are leaving soon."
Niram says that.
Oh, Niram says that?
Yeah, the producer here says get preparations to leave at once.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess they got their voices mixed. Yeah. He says, we're getting out of here. Make the preparations. We're leaving. So I feel like next episode is just going to be another transition episode of them getting everything together, trying to go, and then getting stopped by something.
I thought this episode was all over the place tonally.
Yeah.
It had the jokes, and it kind of had like it had a serious tone for Buffa versus Daichi, and it was trying to get more intimate between Buffa and Geats. But I don't know. I felt I didn't want there to be this kind of jokes this late into the show. Tanuki following around his sister that didn't hit me as well.
It was a light joke, but then again, like if it's so light, why would you put it in there?
That and the sponsor thing. Don't get me wrong, the sponsor thing was funny. It's just like, where are we in this show tonally?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get away with doing stuff like that because Sarah is the more jovial character. She's very happy.
That's a good way of putting it.
But yeah, it was an interesting episode, and yeah, Punk Jack and Niram are in that special, the Punk Jack special.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So they're both back for that.
He has black RX gloves on.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It was interesting. Still,
don't they look like cousins?
No,
they don't look that.
I don't think so.
I'm getting that vibe from like the hair and the height. They look different.
The hair looks similar, yeah.
I'm at an angle, so it's like weird looking at him. Anyways, I like the episode. Very good, but very kind of slow and tedious. But it's stuff that we need to go through. I
never really cared about Punk Jack as a character. But I'm okay with him being back just because so many people did care about him.
I cared about him. He was so cool.
And there's like people that were like waiting for him to come back.
Yeah.
And now he's back. It reminds me of Laser in X-Aid, except that felt like a bigger pop.
Because Laser and X-Aid, that was like, it was a tonal shift for the whole show. Like someone's dead.
Yeah.
Someone is dead.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back, okay, that guy's back, but he's not the same guy.
He's not really back, yeah.
Right. This just feels like, oh, hey, he's dead. Hey, he's back again, just because. But I still like that he's back because he was a good character for me. I liked him a lot.
Now we get into King-Ohger. The Bugnarok are still plotting to do the thing where they want to turn the world upside down.
Yes.
And it's literal from a legend or whatever.
Yeah.
A prophecy.
They say the legend at the beginning.
Yeah. And then we see this mysterious hooded figure with a spider on his face. They know him already.
Yeah.
He's been around for thousands of years, apparently.
Uh-huh.
And they're kind of just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Death Rock tells him, hey, you know, I've done everything that the prophecy says, what's going on. The next thing is we're supposed to get the 3 legendary treasures
right
up towards the sky.
As if to reach the heavens.
Yeah. And White Hood basically says, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Continue for the legend. And that'll help turn the world upside down or whatever. And yeah, they're just conversing. I got some shots of or whatever.
It's a good shot.
And then we get back to Shugadam. And Raklis is again taking credit for the last fight we had with Legend King-Ohger.
Right.
Which was still such a good episode.
But he's not a fool.
No. He's taking credit for it, but he knows that Gira is the one who can control that. He wants to know what's going on. So he interrogates Kagaragi.
That's a good shot.
Kagaragi denies it. He says, you know, they found his body. We have his body. We just happened to be able to control Legend King-Ohger.
Yeah, it was nothing less than a miracle.
Yeah. Yeah.
He gets all up in his face. He's like, I'll trust you.
Yeah, Raklis doesn't trust him. And Kagaragi suggests that they have a funeral for Gira.
Yeah.
With his body to prove A, that he's dead, and B, to have Raklis basically trust him again.
Yeah. And to get the people to like really trust you.
Yeah.
To get the people to trust you. If you see Gira's body, you honor him.
Yeah, to prove that it was Raklis that did this.
And the King-Ohger.
Then we cut to this like cute little scene where the 4 King-Ohgers are eating at Kagaragi's place. They're having lunch and they're discussing little things.
So cool.
This feels more like a traditional Sentai where they're just sitting around hanging out.
Yeah.
So they all have their fantasies of how Gira is gonna come back, because their plan is, yeah, we'll do this thing with having a funeral, but we're gonna have it so that Gira pops out, shows that he's alive, and that'll show that Rex is actually incompetent in front of everybody,
right?
So that Gira can get the throne and everything. So funeral service or whatever for Gira. And Gira comes back like a zombie. That's his plan.
Yeah.
To scare everybody so that he's the Demon King. But it's one of those episodes where they do a little scenario, and this was one of the best parts where anytime anybody else suggested a new scenario, they're looking at it.
Yeah, this is so good.
Like, yeah.
So Sentai. Here's my idea.
So Yanma's idea was that he come back as a robot.
Heck yeah.
Because of course that's his thing. So yeah, this is Gira 2.0.
Yeah. Gira Mark II.
Mark II, yeah. Yeah, and then he does the stupid robot dance over and over again.
And he talks like a robot, and then they both do it.
They talk like a robot, but they also talk like stupid, like really dumb.
Yeah,
sounds like
really slow.
Yeah. I am a robot.
But even slower than that.
Yeah.
Tombo Yanma says,
"Damn, look at his bicep.
Oh, it's a toned boy.
Wow.
A muscular man. Wow.
Wow, look at his arm.
It's always covered up by a jacket you can't really see. It's called a sleeper build.
He's flexing.
Called a sleeper build, dog.
Damn. I gotta move on, I guess.
He says being a cyborg is every dude's dream.
Yeah.
And she says, every dude. We gotta make a dream for everyone.
And again, there they are staring off into the scenario. So her idea is that he sort of revives like a god, like a deity.
Yeah. It's very story-like is what she says.
Yeah. And this gave us one of the best Rackless images.
Yes. Oh, man. His eyes in the back of his head. He cannot believe what's going on.
So, this was funnier than the Tanuki stuff.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is good.
So, yeah, he just can't believe it so much. His eyes roll the back of his head, and he's just speechless. Yeah, Gira is now like a god, and he came back like that.
He says, I am here as your protector, a child of God, Gira.
And this would, again, hopefully turn all the people on Gira's side and everything. Excuse me. So, yeah, I got the shot because it's Yanma kicking his feet, laughing like a kid. And Rand saying, like, no wonder your dumb brain would not be able to comprehend this or whatever.
Yeah. You don't get my stories.
Yeah.
Those are huge pillows, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, then they ask Rita to involve her, like, what's your plan? And she doesn't want, they don't want to get into it. They even are like, this is why you called me here?
Yeah. Is this all why you called me here?
I'm leaving. So they get up to leave.
That's great.
And they're like, no, wait, we need you, you're the impartial judge. They're going to believe you when you say that you found his body.
Mm-hmm.
So we need you for credence. And they wouldn't even be lying because, they found his body.
Right. They did.
He's not dead. So she's, kind of against it because it's not telling the truth or whatever. Again, it's not lying, but Jimeno Rand tries to convince them, and she uses Mofun as an example of because apparently this dude has a cartoon.
It's an
anime,
a cartoon in her country.
And Rita notices, like, wait a minute, y'all watch it too? So Rand uses that show as an example of stories that help make people feel good.
Right.
And, it helps for the greater good and everything. So that's trying to help her convince Rita that, telling a story actually would help us and everything.
Right. She says, in this, she says, you put on the show and the kids watch it. And even though the Bugnarok is attacking everywhere, they can let their mind be free of that and watch the show and be happy. That's what the stories are good for. Yeah,
and I forgot one thing was that Rita denies knowing Mofun.
Yes. Oh, that's great.
Do you know about this story? Do you know about this anime? No.
Big old nope.
And yeah, as she's telling the story, Rita like blinks her eyes really, really fast, like they're understanding it or whatever. And Rand sort of goes into just like last week's episode where, and then Rita screeches.
A very good scream.
Specialty. Which you can probably find on Twitter. My buddy Fabio put that video on Twitter as well.
And then she walks off.
But yeah, then Rita walks off, gets the little mo fun because Rita hadn't seen the latest episode and they didn't want spoiler alerts.
There you go.
Which also that's great. That's funny.
It's valid.
Yeah. But also, I mean, you're a big fan. You should. What are you doing?
You're a big fan. You didn't watch last week's episode, dude. Also, pocket-sized muffin.
Oh yeah.
It's canon that they carry that everywhere they go.
There's 3 sizes of these in real life that you can buy.
What?
Yeah.
I want one.
Yeah, me too. So speaking to the stories and everything, Gira talks about the stories that the kids have that they tell each other,
right?
And about the legend. And this book looks really cool. I wouldn't be surprised if they found a way to publish this for purchase.
Yeah, the Legend King-Ohger book.
I don't think I'd get it, but it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't get it just because I don't need it.
I'd get it off Mandarake.
So the kids are having a discussion because, as far as everybody knows, Gira is dead.
Right.
And he's they're gonna have a funeral, so they're even talking about, hey, are we going to that funeral? Are we gonna go check that out? And the girl's like, well, let's not talk about that. Just go to sleep. You'll always see Gira in your dreams.
Which is so sad.
So they do believe that he is gone.
Right.
And then we come back to the bad guys, and we see this new monster kneeling, and this monster pleads loyalty with her own kids.
Yeah.
To do whatever she can for the kids, for the greater good of Ragnarok. So then we see the funeral, actual funeral, no more fantasies.
For real this time. They're all pretending to be sad.
Everybody's here, yeah. And yeah, we see Gira inside the coffin that they actually bring out. And I like this a lot because Yanma's just can't help but talk shit.
No, yeah, all the time.
Gira. Rackless is like, yeah, my brother paid for what he did and he did this, and Yanma just goes, man, you sound like you really like the sound of you just talk like you really like the sound of your own voice, man. And Rackless just looks at him pissed, and he goes, you keep that up, you could probably talk so much you raise somebody from the dead or something like that.
Yeah.
Teasing what their plan is.
Rackless is like, that's a weird comment.
Which we don't get we don't really know what their plan is for Gira to come out and everything.
Right.
We didn't see what they settled on. I got this too because they couldn't open the coffin for whatever reason. They wanted to open it. The Rackless country or whatever wanted to open it up. His goons open it up to show Gira's dead body to prove it. And that was allegedly when Gira was gonna pop out and scare. But I'm here.
Right.
But it turns out they couldn't open it.
They couldn't open it for some reason.
It was not openable.
And Gira couldn't push it open either.
They couldn't push it open. And I like this shot because it's Himeno Ran sort of just smiling through it and going, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know. I don't know. I like this.
Like, how should I know?
It's kinship or whatever. They're getting closer to each other. Everybody is.
They can't lift it.
Yeah, they can't lift it. We did get a shot of what looked like a web around it.
Like fish wire.
Not here. Yeah, it looked like fish wire.
Yeah.
Not here, because it's supposed to be so thin and transparent.
Right.
You can't see it. But yeah, they can't open it. And then White Hood shows up again, snaps his fingers, and these guys are stuck. They can't move, and they fall over. And I like this because Yanma, being such a dumbass, when they were opening it,
oh yeah,
he sort of steps up and goes, "Hey, just get out already." He doesn't finish the sentence, but as he's saying that, Kaguragi grabs him, like, "Oh, you just can't hold back your sadness for Gira's death," because Yanma was going to spoil that Gira was still alive or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, White Hood shows up, and he sort of gives the impression that he is with Bugnarok.
He asks Rackless, what are your intentions with this power that Gira has?
Yeah.
And Rackless says, to destroy Deathnarok, mankind's enemy.
Yeah.
And White Hood says, I don't know if I'm about that.
Yeah. He doesn't buy that Death Rock is mankind's enemy.
Right. That's his shtick.
Yeah. So we see a closer shot, better shot of his face, and I guess you can't really super tell it's a spider, but it's a spider. And then we got Gira rattling around in the coffin because White Cape takes the coffin. Goes running up the
big old
castle,
the Sugadum Tower.
I'm gonna call him Spider-Man from now on.
Okay, Spider-Man.
So Spider-Man runs up the tower, and he
swings his web
around, yeah,
like Spider-Man.
Outside Sugadam, opens it up, and we can see Gira pop out, and he asks him, "What does he plan to do?" So Gira asks him who he is, and he tells him, "I am with Bugnarok."
Right.
What would you do if I told you that? He says, "I don't care who you are. You filth. It's taken care of."
But Bugnarok filth gets taken care of.
Yeah. And I didn't really get that many screenshots of this part.
Oh, okay.
Because they talk about shit.
Yeah, no, literally shit.
I didn't expect that at all.
No, that came out of left field a little bit, but it's a good analogy. It actually makes sense.
Go for it.
So Spider-Man talks to Gira and he says, "How do you feel about your waste out of your bum?" Gira says, "What, the waste out of your bum?" So, yeah, your excrement. You're a dung, so to say. Gira's like, "Yeah, it's poop." He said, "Yeah, it's like a story in itself. It shows what you ate, how healthy you are. It could tell you a lot about yourself." And Gira says, why does that matter?" And he says, Spider-Man says, "Would you want to destroy your own excrement?" And he's like, I don't know, dude. It's just stinky.
Yeah, that was weird.
Spider-Man says, "Do you really think Bugnarok is your enemy? Or is it really just the waste that you create?" And then he points up to this thing.
This monster we saw earlier.
Yep.
Now huge. Wreaking havoc in Sugadam.
All that is to say, Spider-Man was alluding to the fact that Bugnarok might not be mankind's enemy after all. It could be something that humanity makes.
Yeah. So Gira gets Legend King-Ohger, and they fight this thing and takes care of it pretty easily.
By himself.
It's just done.
Yeah.
And just when you think it's over, we see these little balls pop up on Legend King-Ohger, and Death Rock shows up right there at the bottom, if you can see it. bottom right.
Yeah, he's a little guy, comparatively.
And we find out that before, that monster had actually planted eggs all over Legend King-Ohger, so that when she died, she gives a signal, and the eggs would blow up like a balloon.
Right.
And that's when Death Rock would come out, explode the eggs, and it would cause great damage to the bugs, the shoe gods.
Shoe gods.
And then we see the seed thing from the other episodes.
Yeah.
Comes up and swallows up the treasures. So it gets the Kabuto, Grasshopper, and Scorpion.
Yep.
Which is the legend. The seed picks him up, tries to bring him up high into the sky. Finally, the gang shows up. But we see it goes up in the sky and stops, and then nothing happens. Because again, the legend that Death Rock believed was this was gonna turn the world upside down.
Right.
Whatever that means.
The three legendary shoe gods, friends to all, they rise high as if to reach the heavens. When they reach the sky, the world will turn upside down.
Yeah.
And he says, "I follow the instructions. Why isn't that happening?"
And that's when we see a bright light at the top of this, and it's Mr. White Cape again. Turns out this gave him access to get the soul gems of the three legendary treasures. So presumably he now has control of them three. He jumps off, and you can see him there, little tiny in the bottom left, swinging around. And he goes to this quarry where we go whenever we need explosions. He points at Death Narok, says, "Don't move," and he doesn't move.
Something holds him.
Yeah, something holds him. You can see there a little bit the white lines. Again, spiderweb.
Right.
This still feels super OP because he is a 6th, but he's fighting the big boss right now.
And he's stopping him.
He just stopped him.
Yeah.
So right now, I said this in the group chat I'm in, or the chat that I'm in. Is this like the most OP Ranger we've had yet? Because he could just stop the main bad guy. That's it.
Oh.
I doubt it. I mean, I'm sure there's more. I Better Killer, probably.
Abare Killer?
Yeah. But yeah, because he was an author and he can write whatever he wanted into existence.
What?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We need to get into that. I need to watch that.
But yeah, he's OP.
Yeah. So he shows he has this toy.
Oh. Before that, he's working with Buggnarok and Death Narok. Death Narok, as he's tied up by the webs, he says, "You've been planning this for so long. This is what you've been doing this entire time for a millennia. Yeah. You've been duping me for this legend."
Yeah.
And Spider-Man goes, "All according to plan." Ha ha ha.
Keikaku. So he gets the soul gems, and it turns into a key, and that key opens up the mask on his face. The mask falls. Picks up the mask, is now his sword.
Yeah.
Takes off his cloak, and he's just a handsome boy.
It's just a pretty Asian man.
He's just Jeremy.
What's his name?
His name is Jeremy.
No. That's not how you say it.
Yes, it is.
Jeremiah?
Jeremy.
Jeremy? It's spelled weird. Also, his last name is spelled weird.
It is spelled weird.
Which is why I'm saying, is that how you really say it? Because apparently he's a millennium old. Or for millennia. He's old. But yeah, it's just this guy in like a old outfit, I guess, with spider designs along his clothes and along his arm, and tattoos on his face. Cool earring.
They have the marking on their face again.
Yeah. It's just a cool guy.
Jeremy. Trying to get his last name, sorry.
I didn't even...
Brassieri. Jeremy Brassieri.
Strange name.
He again is not. He's not trying to be loyal to either the King-Ohgers or to Death Narok, Buggnarok.
Right. Oh, here we go.
So he gets another key, puts it in his gun. And again, you can still see Death Narok like tied up. You can see his arms. He has no web around him, but he's tied up.
You know.
And he says, "Bang!" Gets his goop around Death Narok and just boom!
A total explosion.
Bam! Again, this video is on my buddy's Twitter account. But it's great because Rita does not react to the explosion.
Not in the slightest. She knows how far the explosion goes.
Just stands there,
she just stands there.
Usual.
She's safe.
Everybody reacts accordingly, but Rita is just standing there like that purple emoji of the standing person.
Yes, standing emoji.
Yeah, we see their reaction. Death Narok's gone.
They both disappear.
He's not dead, of course, but yeah, we can see here Jeremy looking at it and walking away. And he says something here. I don't know if you knew this. I think I said this last episode, but
what?
Maybe I didn't. He was the narrator.
Yes, I did know this.
Okay,
yes,
for the first episode.
Yeah.
He's kind of, and I guess a couple episodes too. But here he's narrating the ending of the episode.
Right.
And he says, "That's right. This is actually my story."
Right. The intro, he's always saying these four kings are teaming up together to destroy the Buggnarok, to face the evil, to create the King-Ohger. And this is the story of the one who becomes king.
Uh-huh.
And then that's right. I'm the one who becomes king.
He didn't say that. He says, "That's right. This is my story."
Oh, there you go.
It could still be Gira becomes king, but he says, "This is my story."
This is my story.
This
is his story.
Cool.
Oh.
So yeah, we see the preview for the next episode, and Death Rock is not gone.
No.
And we've actually see his suit, and it looks really cool. I'm not gonna put it here because it didn't show up in the episode actually, but he'll be the thumbnail for next week's episode for sure.
Definitely.
But yeah, what do you think of the episode?
It was so good. Like how we've been talking about in previous episodes, the 5-episode arcs that they've been building up to this point. This is a great first episode. As if we were to start another series over, this is a great first episode to introduce this character and to start a whole new storyline with him. I want to know what this guy's about.
Yeah.
Just everything. I like that we're going through traditional Sentai storylines with them, or traditional Sentai plot points where they're all at one location spot and they're all talking and they all have like a scene where they look at something, like a story.
Mm-hmm.
They planned something out and it doesn't go according to plan, but it still works out. I like that. And I like that this guy is like, he's old enough to be around for so long that he can trick these guys, and that he's OP enough to stop Ragnarok in his tracks. I want to know how, because they're going to nerf him. I want to know how they do that.
Well, that's what's interesting is his first appearance, he didn't even transform.
Right.
Usually it's when they transform that they just go all out and then they nerf him.
Uh-huh.
So it's his second episode he's going to henshin. So they're going to nerf him from that episode. I don't know. Because he, like I said, we didn't technically see what he does when he's powered.
Right.
So he might even be already nerfed when he transforms.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Maybe. I don't know. But you are right. 6 have a history of debuting just the coolest, most badass, strongest ever. And then the following episodes, not so much.
In my mind, classically, the 6th for Shinkenger, the gold man,
Mm-hmm.
He comes out super cool. He has a new type of sword. He slashes in and out. And it looks like he stays in one place, but he actually defeats all the enemies that are coming around him. And it's this cool motion that he does and this cool attack that he can do for whatever. And he takes all these bad guys and the monster of the week by himself. But then the rest of the series, he is just like the same level as the other guys.
Basically.
Yeah.
I liked this episode a lot. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was interesting that they did inject comedy into this, given the last episode was so badass.
Yeah.
But the comedy felt nice, especially because we've been dealing with heavier stuff kind of in this show so far. It was really, really, really nice to see them, like I said, eating, fooling around, talking about these stupid scenarios and everything.
Yeah.
It was nice. And then we get to the 6th debut, and this is episode 11. I remember when they used to be episode like 16, sometimes 20.
Jeez.
But episode 11 is wild. Not the earliest, but still, episode 11 is wild. Again, he is the 6th, but we haven't seen him henshin. So, is his debut actually going to be next week?
Oh,
we'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, he is going to debut, but is the debut going to count as next week or this week?
Is the earliest episode that we've ever seen a 6th, is that Q Ranger? Episode 1?
1?
Yeah.
Because
we see...
Not even then, because that's 25.
Ah, okay.
Unless you count Raptor, because she was in the episode.
She was there, and also Zhao Long Shuan Rong Rong Po
was there too.
Yeah.
But no, the 6th in Q Rangers whole
soldier.
Anyway, yeah, I like the episode a lot. I'm looking forward to what's coming next. I really want to see Spider-Man's mech.
Yes.
Leopardon. I'm kidding. That's a good joke for those of you who get it.
That's a great joke.
I want to see this white tarantula because I like the way the mech looks so far in this show. And I mentioned this before. I don't remember if I mentioned it on the podcast, but I mentioned it to David on a message.
Uh-huh.
I really like how King-Ohger has made the mech so super important to the show again.
Yeah.
The mech in Super Sentai is a lot of the time the main focus. That's what they really want you to buy. That's the end of each episode, so it's like it's a big part of the shows. And I mean, look at Zenkaiger. The mech were the Rangers.
Yes.
In Dawn Brothers, the mech didn't really have that big a factor overall in the story.
No.
But here in King-Ohger, I really like that the legend of King-Ohger is the story, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
the Rangers were the mechs also.
Yes, but
I
said the mech were the Rangers for Zenkaiger.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Yeah. The mech were the Ranger in Zenkaiger. In King-Ohger, the Rangers became the mech.
There you go.
Which has happened before. Yeah. Ninja, they're fired up mech.
Oh, cool.
They became, yeah. But yeah, here in King-Ohger, I really appreciate that they've made the mech front and center of the attention in the show. And I like that a lot because for me, I like the mech, the robot designs, the mini pla. That's my favorite thing. Again, on here on YouTube on the post, I put pictures up of the mini pla that I made this weekend. Yeah, really good. I like this episode. It's always fun to get a new Ranger. I want to see what kind of powers he has. And again, if they sparse it out like they think they're going to, we're probably not going to see the tarantula until maybe 2 weeks from now, maybe 3.
So 14, 15?
Yeah, we'll see. I really want to see it though, because I want to see what he can do. I want to see a new mech that can fight with him. That's cool.
Going by the 5-episode arcs that they're doing, the mech could be episode 5, the ending, where they introduce him, and then the mech is
if they're doing the arcs in 5 episodes, yeah,
like the last 2.
I could see this arc being 3 episodes.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be good.
But yeah, his whole thing is that he doesn't side with either Ragnarok or humanity. We'll see what that leads to.
He sides with poop.
Sure. He's storyteller because he's the one that told the legend of the 3 treasures.
Yes.
He's the one that's telling the story of King-Ohger. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It is very exciting and intriguing. Yeah, 6 are always fun, usually.
That just clicked in my mind that you said that the mech is the main story. Just like the name is King-Ohger, like the mech. Traditionally, the mechs are named after the show, plus the little part OH at the end. So the Shinkenger mech was Shinken Dai O. It shows that the mech is really the point because the name of the show and the mech is King-Ohger.
Yeah.
That just clicked in my head for me.
I was trying to remember a recent time we had an early reveal, and it came to me the last time we had an early 6th reveal.
Oh,
it was Zox, episode 8.
Oh, he was that early?
That episode 8.
Oh, that's wow. Okay.
In Zenkaiger again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, episode 11 does feel early, but it's not that early.
No. No.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
I really want to see how they nerf him. I can't wait for that. I like seeing characters that are cool. Man, which is why Geats is really kind of like bumming me out with that. Because I like powerful characters being powerful and then getting nerfed and then seeing their come up again. With Geats, Buffa got the powerful, but it's not really like it's not really like a power up. It's more like an invincibility thing along with being powered up.
Yeah.
I want to see how this guy, the 6th Spider-Man, who is already OP, we can just see the way he acts and everything. I want to see what they do to make him the regular team level, if that's what they decide to do. Which is what I hope, because that'd be a weird team dynamic to have the one guy that can do everything by himself, along with King-Ohger.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I guess that's the end of the episode. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Give me money to see twice, please.
How about no?
Thanks for sticking around. This is a 2-hour episode.
Hey, first time ever.
If you made it to the end, please don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that stuff, because I forgot to do it at the beginning.
Oh, hey.
And I really want more subscribers. We're doing okay on watch hours, but man, we need subscribers.
We need subscribers like badly.
So please do that.
Like watch hours are good and like that adds to it, but we need the subscribers first and foremost.
Yeah.
Comments are good for like boosting our popularity and social thing of it, but subscribers is the main thing. Also, I was going to say the last episode that we did great. There was at a point where we were at 500 views for each episode for some of them, for a couple of them, but it declined. But now it seems like we're going back up steadily to the people that actually watch and everything. I was going to say to the people that have gotten to this point so far. And if you're listening to this right now, comment below. Zenkaiger is the best. That's all I have. Comment Zenkaiger is the best, or Kuga #1, or comment no fear, no pain. There you go. That's the one. No fear, no pain.
Thank you all for listening. I've been Super Blast X. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Super Blast X or the Super Blast X. Don't forget to, I guess, follow me there too.
Hell yeah. I am Toku Tony. I'm Toku Tony on everything except for Twitter. I'm Tony Toku on Twitter. But yeah, follow me, follow us, subscribe to the Patreon. I'll have that set up soon so that you can donate money to us. Not that we do this for money. Obviously, we do this because we love it, like how I say every week. And we wouldn't do this if we didn't really love this stuff that we watch. So thank you all for indulging in this with us. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.